This is the only video you will ever need to actually learn about how to go about creating a creative that actually converts from zero to master at creating creatives that convert. Let's get started with it. I promise by the end of this video, you'll learn more about creating an ad creative than any video on YouTube and better than most courses which are paid out there. This is not just any random video in any order. I have taken 2 straight days to get the right order and 3 weeks of complete scripting, slides and rescripting and recording to get this video the best what I can deliver in terms of videos, how to create creatives that actually convert for e-commerce. Let's get started. Now, why do trust? Experience of 4+ years I've got, managed multiple $1 million budgets, worked with some top fastest growing brands, trusted consultants to high growth brands, created, launched and analyzed over thousands+ creators in last 4 years. These are not restricted to any one niche. These are across niches, be it skincare, hair care, apparel, luxury, auto parts, so all those. A ad that I've run for multiple months also. For example, these 2 ads which are still been running, they were launched in July 1st and March 2023. This I'm recording currently in April of 27th, 2024. And these are some of the brands you have worked with. So by the end of this video, you will be in a minority segment who actually knows why, how, and how to create creators that actually convert. Now this video is non-linear, so please pay close attention to it. The learning curve is non-linear, and hence please pay close attention where I might share quick learnings and bets which might be interesting in between. First, let's get the basics right. For crafting a creative, the main ingredient is the product. If you're still not able to sell a product without ads, then please don't continue any further, just stop here and start working on your product so that it can sell without ads and people come again. That's the only metric you should be chasing for, where people come again to buy from your brand, your product. That is when you have actually attained the product market fit. Though there are various degrees of how you can establish it. Next, coming to the offer part. Offer is decided before you design a creative. Offer might not be restricted just to discounts. It can be more than discounts. Let's hear a few examples. It can be free product, collaboration with brand. It was a recent viral effort by Mokobara and Indigo, where they collaborated where the Mokobara suitcase gets 2 kg extra on an Indigo flight. So that's an offer. They are not giving any discount. That's a good offer which compels the customer to choose your brand over others. Then exclusive limited edition products is also an offer. Now recently, last year, suppose Starbucks launched a light cup on their during the Christmas. So that's a limited edition, and that's why instead of going to other coffee brands, people might choose to come to Starbucks because that's a limited edition product. So that's the offer. Next, last but not the least, it's the discounts, obviously what everyone understands it. This is the first, the product, next the offer. Third, the naming convention. First, decide on the naming, how you will be naming the creators, because this will be spanned across the same naming structure will be spanned across all the organizations. Starting from your top junior management to the top management, everything will be involved. This is what our naming convention is. The type of creative, -product, -angle, -type of ad, and the variation number. Suppose an example would be image, slow, that's the type of product, angle is price, then type of ad is UGC by Manisha, and then a variation number that is 1. Suppose we change the hook, that we make it as a variation number 2. Oh, we write it as a hook so that the descriptive and is descriptive enough to understand that this is what we are testing in the variation number. So once the basics are done, let's get cliches, but important. These might be cliches, but they're absolutely important in designing a creative. Be clear, not clever. Clever works when you have an existing audience and it works to please others in the industry, but not to your customers. Instead of saying we give $200 off on $50 on $500 purchase and $600 off on $1,200 purchase, be straightforward as to 10% discount on all products. So that's a clear offer. It's not that you cannot give tiring discounts, which I explained earlier, but you can make it more clear to the audience, and hence more people have more propensity to buy from your brand. Next, less is more in terms of designing a creative. You need not populate everything in a single creative. A single pain point led creative can do vastly better than multiple features communicated in the same creative. So less in terms of design, less in terms of visuals, less in terms of text, everything is more always in the creative. Because the best ads, if you pick up both the classics from the 1950s or the recent classics from Nike, Apple, they always communicate less, but most important factor that influences the buying decision of the customer. Next, it is about knowing your audience. I'm not saying knowing your audience pains desires. We are talking about a differentiated insight which your competitors does not have. For example, the Airbnb CEO, Brian, actually said that when he started the Airbnb as a startup, he said he had a differentiated insight that people are willing to stay in strangers' rooms. That's a differentiated insight that hotel owners who discarded the idea or investors who discarded the idea did not have. And hence he continued further and further. So that's the differentiated insight you should be chasing for. A differentiated pain point that your brand is not, that other brands are not catering to. That is where you will be winning in the creative, not by saying the same thing about acne or same thing about lifestyle and everything. Next, content is king here, what you write, but message is the kingdom. Message, what you convey is more important than how you write. Because if at all you falter in how you write, if the message is strong enough, people will share it. People will comment on it, engage with it, buy your products because the message is strong enough. Because there are creatives or there are even movies which are nothing but long form of ads because it's an entertainment. Well, the message is very clear, but the content part, it was not that clear, but still it did well in the box office and even in commercial success part. Fifth, emotion sells. So how do you sell emotion? Always create ad creatives that are entertaining, then selling. If you create an ad creative that only sells, that does not perform well for long, make it entertaining for people to actually engage with the creative. That's the first and most important rule. That first rule is make the ad creative entertaining. Second rule is the ad creative must sell the product. Very clearly sell the product. There are instances where people say that it should sell the click and everything. No. I would say it should still sell the product itself because the message should be such that it should motivate the user on landing page to buy the product. Otherwise, they might, if the landing page has an issue or something, they might leave the site. But even then, if the message is strong enough, they'll come back again to check it. But before research, what do you know? Why you should be doing the research? It is important to reduce the wasted ad spend. It will improve and prove 80% of your hypothesis false. And with ChatGPT, you can just converse with it and streamline your arguments and hypothesis about audience, creative, angle, targeting. That's the importance of research. If research done right, can reduce your ad spend wastage by approximately 50%, as we have seen it work. In this video, this is the most important part of it, as to how do we exactly research for creators. Everyone says research is important. I'll show you exactly step by step how I do it. I'll share a document. I'll share the complete process, everything in detail. So stick around. Goal of the research. What's the goal of the research process? Fill this entire document. Now, what is this doc? This is the doc I'm talking about. Here. Now, let's go through this doc in a moment. Let's get into this doc now. Here are important links. These are important links that you come up when you see, when you're researching about the product, for example. I'll show you exactly what links I'm talking about. These are the questions your research phase should answer. What triggers people to begin the buying journey? What is the job they're trying to get done? What are the pain points? What are the selfish desires? I'll explain all for an example. Please stick around. I'll just go through the framework or the template here and then explain with an example. Angles, the not aware audience, used or viewed it, top major pain points, top major values, keywords, headlines, competitors. pain, state of customer, desires, audience, creative inspiration, flash of ideas, everything. These flash of ideas are basically when you are just researching the product, you are typically getting a couple of ideas from your own just by viewing or just by researching for long. And that time you can note it down in. Now going back to the slides, then the types of research. Number one is customer or audience research. Every marketer, at least most of the marketers, the only type of research they know is competitor research. That's not what it is. I'll define there are actually 3 types of research which you can do. First one, customer or audience research. Now what is in this? Some of the places to start are customer interviews, Reddit, Facebook groups, Quora, Amazon, everything. This is the customer research. Now let's get started on research for a personal care brand on a customer research basis. So this is the doc we have looked into. First question we answer, what triggers people to begin the buying journey? Let's get started on this. Okay, so what gets people to begin the buying journey? This is a personal care brand. Say we are selling a face wash. So we title, why do people buy face wash? You need to understand what's the reason. Okay, they might have pain regarding some kind of disease, or it might be because they want to nourish or moisturize. So either it's a disease or disease, I would not say. I would say it's a pain in terms of acne, irritation. Then it can be because of lifestyle. It can be because they have a objective. For example, they have a function coming up, any festive or any, they have a relative's marriage or something. So that is the trigger point. Now, instead of, this is an old way, which I am showing you right now. This, why do people buy face wash? A new way is to get into GPT and look into what triggers people to begin the buying journey. To begin their journey of buying, ignore the mistakes please, buying a face wash. Then what job are they trying to get done? So what is the main pain they're trying to solve here? They're trying to solve either cure their acne or whatever that is, or improve their lifestyle. So they need to feel good. They would have to have a feel good moment when they apply the face wash. So we can explain that specific part in a creator. Feel good on application. On application as well as help them also, not just that feel good on one try. Function comes up. So that is more use case based or event case based. Event case. So let's make it ChatGPT now for now. So they have skin cancers, age or hormonal changes. So that's a good pain we need to solve. So we write it in the pain point here. So what's the reason they buy a product? Age and hormonal changes, marketing, advertising, increasing awareness, ingredients and trends. We know specific. So lifestyle changes, as you see here, lifestyle changes. So lifestyle changes is also an area where it triggers people to buy the product. Now this already gives a new creative angle. We are saying that they're getting old and hence their skin is getting old. So that's an angle we can talk about. So we write it in flash of ideas, age related angle, where we talk about kids in old and their biological age not matching their actual age. So that's one of the angle, biological age, if you're aware of what it is. So that is one of the pain point. Then we talk about diet and health changes, increased exposure to pollution. So because of work, that might be a trigger point because they have to commute for work. So work is a trigger point. So that way, hope you get a sense of it. What are the pains with the other solutions? Okay. What are the pains do customers experience when they use products other than face wash? So that is how you look into as to what things our customers experiencing. Then what are the selfish desires? Why are people buying the product? It can be because they want to look good, satisfy their ego, or get respect in society. And society, you'll have to drill down into psychological aspects of it as to why people are buying this. Then for face wash, it is to cure their pain. That's always there. Okay, this is faltered again. I don't know what happens here. Okay, so what are the selfish desires behind people buying a face wash? But face wash. Okay, what's the minimum quality product should have? So this is an important point as to exactly what you should be looking for. We can type here what all the things to look for when buying a face wash. This gives an idea as to what actually people are looking for, what to look for in a face cleanser. So somebody has already done the hard work for us. That these are the things we should talk about. So whatever people are looking for, that is what you need to talk about in your creative. So what are skin types? So the skin type. Okay, we need to talk about the skin type. Then the values. This comes under values. Skin type. Then we need to talk about. Okay. Also, please note that you should, if you can go through the blog here, they have some very specific terms that they use. So you can always use them in your ads. So I'll copy a few terms, say complexion, then invisible pores, red patches, typically those with combination skin, combination T-zone. So with these terms, if you see, what happens is it grabs attention because T-zone is not something they hear on a daily basis. And if an ad says it, okay, they are educated. Okay, it's that T-zone, I might be facing this problem, but I have given a name for it. Like the customer might be facing the problem, but the brand has given a name for it. So that means the customer now trusts the brand to solve for their problem. That is how it works. The right cleanser for your skin type. And what are the other for? Okay, art. Very good. It does support the content. Is so good. Yeah, always look into magazines. Magazine, this Vogue, Ellen, and everything decor, because they have very highly skilled content writers and their copywriting is absolutely magnificent in terms of everything. The skincare basic you shouldn't mess up. So this is a copy which can be used in ads. For example, the face wash that doesn't mess up your skin. Something like that. That's quite basic, but face wash that doesn't mess up your skin. That's the tagline for the creator. Always look into, read slowly and find out sentences where it's very beautifully described what the pain point is. What is the face wash? What does it really do? So face wash for dry skin, oily skin, for sensitive. So skin type is something we are seeing again and again popping up. So skin type is absolutely important for the customer. Some other values we can think about is the smell. Is it travel friendly? So you get the gist of it. That's how it is. Okay. Now competitors, let's get started later. Then we need to specify angles for not aware and used audience once we get into this. What are we talking about? What all things do people look for in a face wash? So you are. So it is answered. You can also use GPT once again here. What are the selfish desires? Then what are the problems industry has? So you are now trying to identify why your face wash should exist. What is the problem with other face washes people are trying to find out? So for that, let's use Reddit for this. Because there are numerous, at least hundreds of subreddits, which subreddits are nothing but groups where people interact and share their concerns. Face wash you use, face wash for oily, acne, prone skin, favorite face washes. So you can sort it by top 11. Let's sort it by top because that's where most of the interaction as engagement is. So T4 by owning a golden cure by being black. No, Japanese face wash. Okay. Okay. not much. If you don't find anything, because Reddit's search is pretty bad, face wash, Reddit, you buy and check it out. What's your current favorite cleanser? What's your favorite? So this is once again we can use favorite face wash. So that's something we can attract the audience with. That hundreds of customers voted this as their favorite face wash. So that's a tagline once again for the trader. Be cognizant of the fact that every word you use is having an impact for the customer. You might be saying these words again and again, but that's the first time customer will hear it. So that's very different. So I've got a acne prone skin looking for stuff that does not strip my skin away. Does not strip my skin. That's a value people are looking for. It does not strip my skin. Once again, this can also be used in keywords. Okay, my all-time favorite is Himalaya. So why is this all-time favorite? Let's read through it. The regular one that comes in a tube and not foaming one which comes in a powder. It's low pH. Okay, people want to, these are hardcore fans of the skincare category. Don't perceive this as an audience for all terms, but that's why we have written here Agbills, not aware. This comes into used or viewed it. Because there's whoever is interacting here and giving answers, they're hardcore fans and know about the industry very well. So they're talking about low pH, gentle, budget friendly. So low pH, pocket friendly, that's something but budget friendly. And then I absolutely love its best face wash I've used so far. I repurchased it a few times. So repurchase is a social proof icon which can be used. Which can say, for example, 85% of our risk. But please don't be unethical here. Be actually ethical. But something I'm writing it up for the sake of the video. 85% of the audience mentioned they would buy this face wash again. So this becomes another angle. This is for attracting the aware audience who want to buy a face wash, but they are not bought it because they are on the fence that should I buy, should I not buy from this brand. So there you are instilling a social proof. Understand the segment of the audience you're targeting. If they're not aware at all about the face wash, then you talk about the pain because they're aware of the pain, but not the solution. When they're aware of the pain and the solution, they're on the fence. You talk about the trust factor, why people trust your brand, why you should choose, what's the USP. If they're used or viewed it, be more technical as to what exactly they're looking for. Then I've used Himalayas and brand Sugandha. Face wash doesn't really do anything good or bad for you. It just removes oil. Okay, dirt, grime. So that is what they're looking for. That's the value. Once again, we write it in the value section. State of the customer. The state of the customer is either he's aware of face wash or aware of the pain itself, aware of acne, but not aware of solution. So like that, you can describe the different states of the customer. Bold claims. So these are bold claims of proof where you can use that some of the people have given exceptional reviews for your brand or product. Can you use those? So those are the claims. These stories also, let me show you. How can we find stories? Oh, hey there, I've tried to recommend that citizen. What's your favorite cleanser? Joseph, yeah, you're gonna eat me, but I love Himalayan neem. So Himalayan neem is coming up quite well again and again. So you'll have to look into when doing the competitive research process. So let's see into it. Favorite cleanser. I'm having a morning. I use it as a gentle face. So this is a story. You see here, they're explaining their use case. From morning I use this, evening I use this. So that's a story. We noted up. Then the objections part. Like, what are the objections? Why are people not buying it? So, why not to buy a face wash? Should I stop using a face wash? So, Quora is also an exceptional place to find out what exactly is going on because they provide extremely good content in terms of the answers. Extremely irritating. Okay. Objection is the face washes are irritating for me. Then I have a combination skin. I spent a lot of money. It is okay. So money is another factor. So they might need discount share. Then okay, pregnancy was the only time my skin was absolutely clean and clear. Okay, and the after effect was amazing. So they are very concerned about the after effect here. After effect. So that becomes a value again. What's the after effect? Can you talk about an angle which says before and after? Not exactly show visually, but at least say in the text that from acne prone to acne free. That's quite basic, but hopefully the message is communicated. And next, best brands. Is there a way? Best quality of? Yeah, this is another hack you can use. One other hack I would say is just type Netflix less skincare. Let's see what comes up. Now, can we tie our Netflix, the trending part, to the skincare? Can we tie our creative to the macro environment of what the person is going through or what the customer's life is in the present moment? For example, if a Netflix shows come out, or I would otherwise do is skinless in the English proverb. So let's see. Okay, it's a skin related proverbs. Yeah, English. Okay, skin related proverbs. Your skincare routine is a bank account. So these you get good copy from using this. These are all things. The best foundation you can wear is glowing in the skin. Skincare must be good. Your makeup game will never be a 10 if your skincare game is only a 2. Yeah, this is a very good line. So you can say your makeup game, your skincare game will never be a 10 if you're not using this face wash. If you're not using this niacinamide face wash. So you're highlighting something unique. Okay, niacinamide, I'm not using it. So that way, just say if you're not using this face wash, that comes up as offset and bold claiming. People don't like claims. They want to buy themselves, but not be sold to. So that's the classic difference. So here you exactly see what they're looking for. And that's of skincare game is only a 2. So like this, you can look into exactly what's going on, why you should buy, look into paints, the research process. Otherwise, would also involve computer research, everything. Make use of ChatGPT and everything here. Let's get started with again slides. Next, it is brand research. Go through all branded assets, the reviews, brand guide, full website. So how do we go through this? The branded reviews. For example, I say recently came across some brand. Okay, this one, this brand. So this sells shoes. So let's get into where are the reviews. So you are just going through the descriptions of the product you are trying to sell. So first read through exactly what you're trying to sell. What's the unique functionality of this? What's the unique speciality of this? That's how you can get started with that. Okay, let's get into the sandals because I could not find review here. Okay, we have a couple of reviews. Let's read through 73 reviews. Okay, let's read through this. 73 reviews. Okay, so in reviews again, your prime concern is analyzing the story. What's the instance? What's the thing people are caring about here? Everything. Okay. So absolutely love the word automated customer interaction. I often crack this often code. Okay. I'm hoping to see a similar style for women. Okay. The strap is made of rubber and feels uncomfortable to work. So that's a bad point. So that's an objection. We write into the objection section. Then comfortable, they're saying comfortable. Okay. Okay. So far no updates, minimalistic. So we can use to describe our product. Minimalistic, sustainable, and comfortable sandals. So that becomes a tagline. Okay. So this goes into keywords. It's comfortable. Everyone is saying comfortable. It could be better. I thought softness due to cork material, but unfortunately, okay, they are very concerned about because it's a cork sandal, which is this. So they are concerned how the softness will be. So that's a very important point that can be called out very clearly. That cork softness of a cotton on a cork sandal, something like that. Looks simple and feels very comfortable. Ordered another pair for my wife. So that's a good social proof. It can be used to track the aware market who are on the fence but not buying it because they have trust issues with the brand. So that's in the aware market, which can be used. Yeah. And then you can also go into Amazon and see what's going on. For example, let's go get into Amazon. Let's get into reviews. This is for a slow cooker. I'll take a different example this time, exactly how we use it. Okay, first read through what are the main keywords people are using: good quality, slow cooker, and very fast delivery. Delivery people are concerned about. Okay, this is a great thing. Whenever it's more of content from the customer side, that is very pleasing, because now you get so much information. The cooker is well built, bowl is sturdy, high heating. However, there doesn't seem to be any temperature control to cook food unattended while at work. Okay, which defies the entire idea of cooked food. Slow warm to the food, then have the temperature stabilized, then probably these tests and cold country like China, but at high ambient in India, the food actually starts boiling after a few hours, even it looks at it. Okay, that's a concern for them. Great purchase. Okay, why do they say great purchase? Ceramic coating is sturdy. So people are concerned about the sturdiness, everything. So that's how we need to understand exactly what people are concerned about and how can we relate to that in the creator. Next, in terms of reviews, brand guide. Also, you can go through brand guides. Next, it's a competitor research. Google keyword planner can be used to identify. You can just type in your brand name. For example, you have got a brand name called Nimans or something. Type in the name and see what people are searching for. What are the other keywords people are searching for? Then you look into what are the pains. Are there any pains they are saying? Like, for example, they can say that Nimans footwear, the strap issue, something. Are they searching for that? So can we use this as an angle in the creator? In the past performance, that's always there. Next, your computer research. Here are all the places you can visit: the Facebook ads library, marketplace, website reviews, everything. So let's get started how we can know computer research here. There are actually two ways you can do. Instead of just one is select a particular brand. Let's select Mamaearth, for example, because it's skincare which you are looking for. Let's select Mamaearth. There's two. You will need to identify patterns as to what people are. You need not copy the content or the style. Identify patterns as to what is the message being communicated here over the course of many creators. Okay. Also identify as to what stage of the company is in. Mamaearth can say that this is a your onion rich thing. But can you say? Because the stage Mamaearth's awareness and your brand's awareness is very different. So it needs to. So they're using UGC. So what are they saying here? Okay, it is starting with people being concerned, looking into the mirror. So that is a good hook which can be used. And they're introducing the product here. Okay, let's get into, okay, what's the headline? Stimulates hair growth. So hair growth is something people are talking, the competitors are talking about. Then again, what are the other things? So they're using catalog ads. You see, it's a white background ad, which means a catalog ad. Okay, Shamlet, I will share wisdom, etc. Nothing much. Sheer goodness wakes me up. Okay, most of them are videos. They're highly rich video content. So we should be using into leveraging more videos. This is for one of the brand. Next, what you can do is face wash. Just search randomly. Let's see what are the ads running for face wash. Not all ads visible, obviously, but most of them. You see the 8,800 results. So that's very good. Now, if you say that some random face washes are propping up, sometimes add a keywords like premium face wash. The filter of the beta. This might improve the search result, but it works. It's a hit and a miss, so you need to verify as to what exactly is going on. Okay, it is taking too long. Let's go back to the previous thing. Okay, this is already okay. Fine, great. So now it's one sort of results, which is good enough. So what are they talking about? They're talking about active face wash, vitamin C serum. So what's the design aspect of it? They are using the curvature of the circle to write the text. So can we use this again in our creator? Look into the design aspect. Now for the design aspect, you can also look into the Reddit part. Alex. So the Reddit, when you say images, let's get into the face wash part. Face wash, I think, okay, see, they're using a different image here. Okay, let's get into some subreddit otherwise. Skincare addiction. You get rid of this subreddit and see what are the kind of things people are looking for. Okay. So they're writing so long stories. Rants, raves, ketosis, ruining my life. So this can be another keyword, ruining my life. Is actually ruining your life. So this is the creative. So can we create some kind of creative? See, this is a very authentic creative. Just nothing. This is creative. This becomes an ad. Can we use this as an ad? Be authentic in your ads always. Again, okay, not many images here. Okay, see, again, this is a more authentic and they're into what? They have a close-up images. They have close-up images. Okay, so this can be considered as an idea for creative because close-up images immediately attracts attention, and hence can be used better. Always also looking for competitor ads. So what are they talking about? Standing in front of a Diwali. Okay, still they're lovely a Diwali ad. I'm not sure why. Okay. Okay, the split screen ad is running. This here arrow based, benefit based, when they're calling out important benefits in the product. Whether if you like the ads from the product, just again search for this ad here and they can share more of the ads from this ad. This becomes easier for you. Okay, these are more circle based. They have mentioned their price, which is a good thing. So can we mention the price in our creators, some of the, and test out between other creators, a percentage of offer. So that's how we can do the computer research part. In terms of Facebook ads, I mean, even you can go to marketplaces and read through reviews from your competitors, not just your Amazon reviews, but your competitor Amazon reviews as well. Look into mainly one or two star reviews because that is where the gold mine will be as to what exactly is going on with the competitors. Hopefully this was helpful. Our research with ChatGPT, these are 5 main questions you should be asking. List all the pains people have related to skincare. Next, what are the common objections people have before buying face wash? What do people look for when buying a face wash? List all the random things. This is important because now you can connect when do people, how can you grab people's attention? When people see something unique on the timeline that is not something normally they see. That is when you grab attention. And hence I had said that Netflix plus skincare. Because that way you grab attention. So look for random things. Ask ChatGPT what are the random things connected with skincare. They can say that travel is connected, hiking is connected. Let's see actually. Let's ask ChatGPT on this. What is the list of random things that people care about or find value in? Let's ask ChatGPT. Yes. Okay, so when it comes to research, find the value of products. So product ingredients, okay, when one says other keywords. Okay, nostalgia is something people are concerned about. You can say here, and the keywords related to skincare that are not into it. Okay, pesticide complex things in a mind. The ingredients. Just so the beauty inside. So proverb is beauty is only skin deep. So that is how you can skin by Yama. So then the book related with that. So this is random idea. So can you connect a book with your product? Something like this. Art movement. Famous painting. So painting. Can you connect a painting? Was a painter who is more into visual arts and everything into a creator. So that is how you can research the whenever you are researching about the brand and researching in general about anything for creating a creator. It will always help. Then list really compelling ad angles. Ask before you start, read through compelling ad angles, what can be used, and then you can build that so that you don't start on a blank slate. then the bonus would be in this category when are people. This is an important question in terms of why are people willing to pay an extra premium. Usually DTC brands charge a more premium than the mass market. That's for sure. So then asking ChatGPT as to why would people pay more will always help you justify the price with an ad angle. For example, for skincare, it can be that why do people pay more because they have something active ingredients or they have a unique ingredient that is only available in Himalayas or that's an endorsed by influencer or it's a limited edition product. So all these comes in. That is when people pay a premium for. That is how you can mention an ad angle that used by or trusted by so many or from the roots of the Himalayan, some magical plant like that. But it's always be authentic. Don't fool or be unauthentic or unethical in your ads. If you're not doing it, if you're not actually having active ingredients, don't say it because people are smart enough. This word of mouth is invisible. It spreads like wildfire, but not visible to the brand. So don't make it unethical. The secret of high converting creator. This is a quote from OJV who said that the best ads are just the best people who actually take in inspiration. Whatever there is, don't try to reinvent the wheel. This will be very true to every creative you create. Don't try to reinvent it. Just create creatives which are related to the inspiration which have already worked in the past. There's no niche which is right now in DTC that has not existed before internet. Every niche, every segment has existed before internet. And before internet, people used to sell things. So directly take inspiration. Your only goal before you start getting creative should be inspiration, and more inspiration. That will get your creative juices flowing and actually help you create better creatives. Take as much inspiration as possible before creating any creative for the brand. Take not just the present competitor inspiration, but take past inspiration which has worked for decades. The same ad has worked for decades. What are the nuggets? What are the learnings in that? Try to inculcate that into your ads. Inspiration. Before you start working on ads, what I usually take up as many inspirations as possible just to let the creative juices flow as to what exactly is going on. It can be from the following. It can be from Pinterest. For example, just type in Google that shoes Pinterest ads or apparel Pinterest ads. You will get a ton of examples. Just soak in. I don't need to remember. You need not concentrate. Just soak in as to what are the varieties and everything. In YouTube, it's a great place, especially thumbnails. With Facebook Ads Library, you can do both competitors as well as just industry. Industry meaning you get in the search bar, you can type just apparel, and your ads will show regarding apparel or shoes, or you can be more specific regarding speakers, or you can type the competitors to just soak in what are the creative juices. Then the classic ads are always there, which are related to the grades of advertising, however, time. Then listicle blogs, these are a great way. This is a compilation blog where you go through as to 10 apparel brands you have to check out. That's what you type on Google. And you look into what are the listicle blogs, what are they speaking about. Let me show you an example for this. Let's go through an example. For example, 10 things, 10 top sneakers in India. Okay, it's a news website. Let's go through some publishers' website. Those people write really good blogs. A global giant, and top sneakers, brands. Yeah. But there's something that ergonomic design, the flair, the creative here, and what are the words they're using. Indian brands have been offering decent looking footwear. I've been focusing shoe engineering. Okay, shoe engineering is a good word to create footwear propelled by innovative materials, boom technology, ergonomic design, everything. So this is where you can take on the skill blocks. Now, what makes a good creator? 5 elements of a good creative. I want to check up the voice is changing by the great record. So 5 elements. First, every creative must entertain. Before it sells, it must entertain because you are making creative for social media. And people come on social media to entertain themselves. Nobody comes for social media, okay, I have to learn today, let's go to Facebook or let's go to Instagram. People don't come there. They come to entertain, so make sure that it entertains. Though the viewer might not be buying, they will be entertained and they look up as to what the brand is doing. Even looking up towards the brand creates an affinity, and whenever he wants to buy into a category that the brand offers, he will remember the brand more than the category itself. Now, entertainment can be visual, audio, or text. Yes, you can hold the gun of urgency and get people to buy, but I'm not a very fan of urgency and saying so still have good enough. At times during Diwalis or during holiday seasons, you can, but not a big fan for that. You cannot bore people to buy. There's a very famous fact from David Hutchins. It must spit facts. I'll explain exactly what this spit facts mean. No matter what, never exaggerate or lie in the reader. You will see every good ad is just speaking about the facts. Let me explain an example. The way they speak. So what's the difference between two creatives if both are speaking about the facts? The way they speak is the difference. Oh, when David Hutchins wrote at 60 miles an hour, the loudest noise in this Rolls Royce comes from an electric clock. He's speaking facts, but in a new way. He's saying how silent the electric car is. Sorry, the Rolls Royce is. That you can hear a clock sound ticking. He's still speaking the facts, but he's exaggerating it. He's not exaggerating to a manner which feels falsy. I'm still able to believe it. So never exaggerate. I just said above, but here I'm saying it's not exaggerated fully. In terms of it's exaggerated to a point that is believable yet. This is what speaking fact means. Every ad you come across, you see, it will speak about the facts. We'll go through an example, we'll show exactly what I'm talking about. But look at the word ads and see what are the facts they're speaking. More than what, say what they're speaking the facts. Because he could have just said that this is the loudest and the least noise car here. But he had said, yes, chose to say it in a different manner, in a way of comparison. Because comparison creates a more visual aspect for the buyer and it creates a more compelling case for the seller also. So, the buyer. Next, it must sell. This is a no-brainer. The creative must sell. If you are not reducing ROI on your creative, then you're doing a charity to the platforms. That's it. No questions asked. You're not here to win awards. Your job is to sell. Period. If it doesn't sell, it's not creative. It's not creative. So don't be creative if it does not sell. It's not creative at all. It is the sense of creativity, not the image of media I'm talking about. Next, follow the PAM framework. PAM framework is product, audience, message. How do you communicate it? First, be clear on what product you're addressing. Who is the audience you're going after? The audience does not mean demographics in terms of age, group, the gender. No. The audience here is more pinpoint level. Okay, I'm going after an audience who has acne. So that's the audience you're going after. Not the people that 25 to 44 bracket, I need a women category. Not like that. It must be more pain point or benefit driven or desire driven. For example, you offer something service called which is more thrilling, or say bungee jumping. You are going after an audience who is more adventurous. So you're not going after an 18-year-old to 25-year-old and you're boring and everything. It's not that. You're going for an adventurous person. So here's an example. Product is shoes, audience is travel, message is soft. So the same thing, product shoes, audience travel, message is durable enough. Guess which works. Let's wait. So, sorry, you can pause the video. Okay, sorry. Guess which works. Works better. The product, shoes, and audience travel, message is durable enough. Because when audience is traveling, they want a durable and tough shoe because they're hiking and they're moving across and everything. It's not more about how soft the shoe is. It's more how durable and tough it is. So that's the product audience message that framework should attach to. Then research back. Every element of a good creative must be researched back. Don't say that we need to test everything. Test everything is a wrong philosophy. You're just wasting money there. Instead, make a research back. Find out any points where people are always self-validate your idea and cut down your idea and be open to not going ahead with an idea which is not research backed. Be open to that. Just because it can be tested easily doesn't mean everything needs to be tested. In that, money is still wasted on something that would have been obvious with research. This happens every now and then. It would become obvious, okay, if I would have researched more thoroughly, it would have been obvious that this messaging would never have worked. So we would have seen a couple of thousands. First, the 9 types of need. First, offer based. This is typically your discount offer based where you're announcing the offer. Second, it is UGC, which is user generated content. It is more of combination of CGC, which is customer generated content, and sometimes most of the time it is influencer generated content, which is IGC. So you can bifurcate as per you like. Review and social proof, where you have a product on top of that, or below that, you have a social proof from an audience who has ordered the product or experienced the product. Then the comparison base, so you're comparing them versus us. You're comparing the market to what they're selling at your price or their quality and your quality. The benefit driven, where you have a product in place, and there are 3 benefits as to it has a 2-day warranty, it is made of so and so fabric, and that. But so fabric still becomes a feature itself. More benefit would be more durable like that. It's a USP driven where you're offering a very unique thing about the product. For example, Nippon sells a PET bottle, so it is the fabric is made from PET bottles. So that's unique thing that can be communicated here. Then if you're about using new watches, that becomes a creative again, that it is newly dropped or newly launched. In the variety where you're showing multiple designs which you can offer in the product. Either it's mostly a carousel or a video where you explore the variety. And product listings, these are normal ads where you write text regarding the features and everything.
These are for a new product introduction. This audience type is middle and bottom of the funnel. Test this with existing customers and then expand to product to cold audience after receiving the feedback from the former. Number 2, let's go to benefit-driven creative, where audience type is for top of the funnel, so that you can drive benefit more than features. Features you can actually have it for middle and bottom of the funnel, but not for top of the funnel. So mention the differentiation in this benefit. Don't just mention any benefit about the category as a whole. Mention the differentiation benefit of your particular product. Number 3, review-based creators. Audience type is middle and bottom of the funnel, where you show a review, a customer review, along with the product. And you can mention benefit or you cannot. It's up to you. Find the biggest pain point of the customer and look for that review which explains how your product solves it. Next, coming to before after, there is a slight workaround for this because many times Facebook actually disregards this and rejects these types of ads, but you need to be very cautious. And you can use this for the top of the funnel because there people are looking for solutions and they want instantly. Though anything, they want it more instantly. And if you can show the visually what is before and after effects, these types of creators can actually propel your growth. This type is top of the funnel. Once again, you can use a famous niche influencer who is using your product and get them to try your product and use it in your ads. It's credibility instantly. Offer angle. This is a plain offer up to 50% off or up to 100% off, whatever. Can be discounts, free gifts, threshold, free gifts above some threshold, like that. Next, collection based. These are more of middle and bottom of the funnel because once people have interacted with your brand, they want to explore what other products or what other selections do you have as your brand to show multiple varieties of the product based on the interaction on the website. Then a detailed angle. Here you are explaining how each and every part, this is more feature driven, each and every part of the product. Now, if it's a consumable product, eatable, then you can mention about the ingredients. If it's a wearable product, as in this example, you can explain about the benefits of the fabric used. Use this to communicate multiple benefits in just one image. Helps you reach wider audiences because you're communicating multiple benefits. Next, 3-point benefit, where all the 3 benefits are based on the most customer, based on your research of what customer values the most in your product. Is it the ingredients that do they value? Is it the taste? Or Is it the fabric you use or whatever it is? Next, authentic UGC. Audience type is more of top of the funnel. Notice the use of the font to appear native to the platform, as you see in this example here. This audience type, this UGC is being overused, but you need to be very cautious that you have it authentic UGC, not anyone roping a influencer and seeding the product and starting with UGC. That's not the way to go. Next, lifestyle-based images. You have a good lifestyle image of people using your product, and then a good copy associated with that lifestyle, explaining the benefit. As you see in this lifestyle-based image, straight jean, classic look, modern comfort, affordable price. Point to point, 3 points, which mentions price, comfort, and look. That is what the value when people are buying an apparel. So, 3 benefits. Audience type, top of the funnel. Focus on 3 benefits of your product. Change them based on the targeting to cater to wide audience. For example, if you're using the targeting where you're targeting travel associated interests, then you can have pointers or benefits which associate more to travel, a travel friendly product, or it's pocket friendly. It can be associated with long distances like that. If you're targeting more skincare based, you can mention, as in this example, deep cleansing and acne control. Yes, acne marks and scars, freshly made on order, like that. Then emotional insecurity focus. This is the Hindi text. What it actually means is copy that focuses on the core insecurity of your audience and how the product bridges that gap. This Hindi text actually means makeup ke bina saaf aur sundar. This means without any makeup, get a glowing, smooth skin. Like that, you can actually communicate this to your audience without makeup. That is something people saying it is magical, and it is not very apparent in the traditional scenario of all the messaging they hear from other brands. So without makeup can instantly grab the attention like that. So you focus on emotional insecurity of the product, of the customer, and then associate with the product. As versus them, everyone thought I lost weight overnight. Other brands and Pro Classic. So like that, us versus them. Then not just social, but community-led growth. Number 1 man soap of 2023 voted by women. So instead of just mentioning social pros or testimonials from one particular review or one particular customer, take a community-based approach. Leverage your PR mentions or offline events to get reviews and use them in your ad. Exaggerate the benefit. Top of the funnel. Make sure this matches your brand image of being bold and quirky. Now, it's a very fantastic ad. It's a classic ad, which was very famous in the 1950s, 1970s and above. You could 5 times more women than a Lamborghini. Then topical and on point. This is more of top of the funnel. This can be related to festivals or when you have a Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale. It can be more topical. This lifespan of these creatives are short, but they can actually get you more reach because it's waving. It's riding on top of a wave which is into the festivals. No images, just text description of angles. Let's go through them. Show product with 3 benefits on creative. Just below the product image, add a short review to build credibility. Multiple use cases, a center image with the main use case of the product. In the sites, showing other small use cases of the product shown visually.
For that, go through what are the images, what are the things you need to be very considerate about when creating an image ad. Say IB. So to have a storytelling element, focus on movements rather than storytelling. So create in image, you don't have the capacity to prolong your storytelling to multiple seconds. You have to say within 1 to 2 seconds, then and there. Because it's an image, you have to say within the text there or visual. So here we need to capture moments, then demonstrating the use case. Feature USP, product benefit are about starting angles here. And in all text, don't forget to have product at the center of the focus. That's the main thing, where the many brands have sidelined the product and they're talking about big text in what this is made up of. No, the product should be at the center of focus. Center of focus does not mean center in the placement of the ad. It's very different. Center of focus and center of placement. Low to no text, especially in lifestyle category, helps and works very well. In terms of if you're selling a balance, shoes and everything, low to no text does work well. Content heavy, it's not usually preferred. Go head on with objection. Here you have a clear goal to go head on with objection. For example, in the table call previously, they have a major objection that the fabric fades away soon. So you say that don't it wash it, same color, same fabric. Nothing happens without fading. So that's the objection you are targeting with this image. That you can blend into a video, but that point might mostly have been missed because it's a so lengthy video. You're talking about multiple other benefits and everything. Then let's go to the text part. What do you need to concentrate when you're creating a text-based image? Keep headlines and short and to point. Make it more visual than content-rich. Use small icons to highlight important features. You have full liberty to be creative with text. You can be creative with both text and visual here. Then use words that people instantly connect to the category. How do you find these words? Go through their reviews, go through customer reviews and everything and see what are the common keywords people are using. You can also use the ChatGPT, for example. You can collate all the reviews into one Excel file and say that find the top keywords which people are using to describe this product. It will give you more or less the correct answer itself, because that's what I do, especially. Then visuals. Then look at colors of customers generally. So in visuals, go through the feeds of your customer, like Instagram feeds of your customer, if you can. That's the top class you can do when you are doing that. Like go to the feed. What are the customers generally reacting to? What are the color codes in the category? There's a reason your toothpaste are mostly red and white, because that's the color code of the category. So can you have the same color code in your images also? That helps people identify and connect with it, because if it's a very drastically different color, people don't easily trust it, because banks wash it mostly blue. And if you start using black with banks, it's not very trustworthy, because that's not a color code people have been accustomed to for hundreds of years now. For especially bank, but not all categories, but especially banks. For some categories different, but decades also. Show visuals that are extreme. What does extreme mean here? Show visuals that are either gigantic or very small. You will be attracted to a vision where the show size is very small. Like you're showing it very small. And the text is gigantic. That's not ideal case, but you should not do it anyways, because I make it gigantic instead of making it small. Make it gigantic in terms of big shoe size and little small text here and there. That is when you capture attention through image ads. Make it extreme. Make it bold. Bold not in the text format, but in the format it is lively and wide. Attach emotions that you want customer to feel. This is more of into, if you're a more playful brand, then you can always add emojis and everything in your image ad. Yeah. So let's keep on starting with creating image. We'll have to go through a couple of docs which I've already prepared. Let's go through this. So this is a research for a shoes brand which we had done earlier, like long back. And this is the research which I've read. Some parts are covered, some points are not. I've covered a couple of keywords which you can use, comfort in here and there. And then what are the pains, wear and tear. So it's a shoe brand where they sell mostly vegan shoes. So wear and tear, velvety feel, I travel by the local dailies for standing. So real pain is bold TMO proof, objections. The creative inspiration, I have written a couple of them. So all these were covered in the first review as to what exactly this document means and flash of ideas and everything. Now here, this is the format I follow, especially when creating an image. Internally also, this is the exact format sheet which we use for creating anything. We write the batch number, for example, 1. Okay, this is a sample document, so the creative name does not populate by itself, but usually when you fill other things, this creative name populates by itself with the type this product. So type product here, data font, you don't write it here, messaging angle. Okay, now we start using the ChatGPT and create an image ad here. I've written down a couple of ideas. So before this, I have already done the creative inspiration, whatever I've talked about in terms of soaking in ideas from other places and everything has already been done. Research has been done. So this is not something I'm giving it the first shot. This already a shot I've given a couple of times earlier. So this might feel overwhelming when I say some parts of the images that it was not intuitive, but you will get a knack of it when you do it multiple times. Okay. So what is the most important thing that might influence people to buy shoes? Say you are selling this vegan shoes. So let's go through what is the angle. Okay, let me talk about the wear and tear part of it, because I see that was a real pain here when I did wear and tear. So that will be the angle we use as to wear and tear we talk about. Then what kind of image video? Let's take it image because you are focusing on image. No offer for now. Let's make it general more often. Product is any sneakers. Now this is a text on creative, which is the text which goes on the creative itself. The voiceover we don't need for the image. References if we have any. In the comments, this comment is the complete visual representation you give to the designer. Like how the image will look, how it is there, everything. I'll fit up this one or two, and it will be very clear. So let's talk about wear and tear. So I have, let's ask ChatGPT first. So I run a vegan shoes brand and looking for ideas regarding ad angles to use to influence. Please ignore the spelling mistakes. Please ignore everything to influence the people to buying my shoes. What are the top 15 ad angles? And give me 2-line description of each. So these are the things you can use, up to you. This prompt is generally what I've seen work better. So sustainability, I don't want to use it, but it's very overused, health conscious, no innovative design. Okay, I'll make it more clear. I want to speak about wear and tear. So I'll create 10 image and ideas with both text and visuals. I'll stop this for now. Yeah. Storytelling, cultural connection. Cultural connection is nice. Price advantage. We don't have a price advantage here. So we'll have to lean into something bigger. So it's a close-up comparison of fleet standard laces next to the durable laces. The solve of feeding shoes. Water resistance wonder. No, I don't want to stick up with that. Walk on water, straight pristine. Flexible walk, bend, don't break. This is a good headline. This is a good text actually. So walk, run, or jog without the wear and tear. This good. Bending flexibility under pressure or weight. Yeah. So the visual will be more of into, since it's a wear and tear, we'll have a visual also where it's more about wear and tear, where the shoes are bent on in the middle. They are bent and it's ankle there, and ankle is raised in the top. So ankle is raised in the top. This raised will make this it's not complete thing which I would give, but this is for the start, for the video purpose only. So walk on water, retain the shape and maintain the style of a shoe stand the test of time. Okay, this is good, but it stands the test of time. So I am thinking if we can use some numbers here, that run, walk, jog, like we have a number can be a sub. Okay, I think we can do it this way, where midline is run, walk, jog without the wear and tear. Run, jog, walk without wear and tear. Then we say 15,000, no, to 500 days wear and tear guarantee. No wear and tear guarantee, not wear and tear. No wear and tear guarantee. So this is something we can say, but I see here we are using the same word wear and tear, wear and tear. That is not a good sign here. So we should make this text creative more visually appealing. Okay, so I have chosen wear and tear as an and when. Here is the text. They will make now ideas with of power for the text and more persuasive by also highlighting and slide inside the sheet and how the shoes doesn't remain there. Okay. So until this is done, we'll think about another angle. Another angle, let's go to the sheet. If I have mentioned, okay, travel. To travel, we can say that the real pain for 45 minutes is a real pain. So I traveled by local daily and standing for 45 minutes is a real pain. Okay. So we can speak about how long lasting it is. In terms of it does not, no happy pains, no pains on your toes, everything around that, because you can stand for long. So the text might be something like stand for long, really long. Really long. So we can say about we're standing right here, the lifetime. So once again, this becomes an image. This is once again in general, any sneakers. Yeah. And okay, so by the time we look at the ChatGPT, what it does to say, endure every mile, guaranteed 500-day marathon against wear and tear, unrivaled resistance, step into an incident. Defy the daily grind, final flawless but no matter the mind, beyond boundaries. Where others were down, we were strong. Forget ahead, not good. Legally imperfect commands, and I liked it. It cost nothing, and was thoroughly value. Gratitude that Corona's time bends, but our shoes never break. Not good, not good, not good. Okay, we'll check on this before we give anything else a shot. So text one relative stand for long, really long. This is something I would say it is more overused because the text one relative being stand for long, really long. With what otherwise we can do is 8 hours. Otherwise, you can highlight the angle paint part. No angle paints. Toe crushing, not toe crushing paint. We are using another set. No toe crushing. No, we're using the same words again and again. We need not do that. Okay, website you see is vegan fit, outfit, pamper your feet, stand your own feet. Okay, but very comfortable. No shoe bites. Okay, this is a good word. No shoe bites. No toe crushes, no shoe bites. No shoe bites. 8 hours of non-stop. We're non-stop walk, something like that. 8 hours of non-stop every day. Of non-stop. Work well every day. So this becomes a good ad. Here we can have product as the main focus. No nothing, no legs, no nothing. Just the product is the main focus in the middle, while the text is on top. Now, why the text is on top? Text is on top. Because when people scroll, it's the top part that's the first visible. The bottom part is actually not visible at all until people scroll through it. Because if they skip the top part, they're more likely to not see the bottom part itself if it's not engaging. So whenever you write text, make sure it is on top, like at least the headlines. Then you can write it in bottom. But the top should defy something, be exaggerating, be bold, everything around that. And stop at least for less. No, say no disposable footwear with farewell to a you. Using words for serious headlines, just like or genuine or type. Okay, by the time we settle for this, let's go through the next part. But before that, let's go to the carousel. So what is the text? Communicate only one thing per image. So since it's a carousel, it's very easy to be swept away from the idea that you need not you can communicate multiple things in the same image. But people can concentrate on only one thing. So communicate only one thing per image, like one feature, one benefit, one thing about the product. Then again, visual image, but content light. Visuals, it can be first image is the most important because then only they scroll to the second image. If your first image is not important, it's like the hook in the video. It's like the trailer of a movie, like that. You have the ability to convey the story here because it's a series of images. It's good use case in terms of you can show how this product has multiple use cases, or you can show the variety available in this product if you are a lifestyle category. If a carousel, when you want to visually show the difference, when you want to show the difference between choosing yours and choosing the market product is what you can use a carousel for. Then let's start making a creative for carousel again. Okay, so by the time handset command 500 days strong outlast out chain beyond of shows the top man to the criminal nowhere all flare choose nowhere no tail all flare. That becomes a good headline. Nowhere no tail. So you not always take it like quick the full headline from ChatGPT. You can take just inspirations here and there. Nowhere no tail on 500 days of nowhere no tail guarantees. Or you can make this one itself as the headline. Because warranty is something the Indian audience is quite persuaded by. Because that lowers their guard as you are saying that anything happens, it's on me and your money is not wasted. That's what you're communicating basically with an image ad here. Then it becomes a good image. So let's check out the carousel. Okay. I want to make a carousel for the same product. Show me 5. I want to make a carousel for the same product. A 5-card carousel. Let's say 5-card carousel. So here's me 2 example of 5-card carousel. It's both visual or text for each card. Such that one angle is feature rich. The other one shows variety. So let's say we want to make feature rich as to what this is made up of, it's durable, this, why, this, that. And then next we say about the variety. Like what the variety this product has, let's say. So in variety, I don't think we would even require images. We don't even require text. We can just have images plainly of the product. What you can have is the name of the product on the top, name of the product, of the product, and then anything very old and highlighting. Like we can say about the warranty, like 500 days, nowhere out there warranty. Or we can say about the fabric, like fabric is made from something found in the Himalayan shop, but something like that, which is very different and it tells a story about the product. Or we can say, in order to attract a vegan audience, we can say 100% biodegradable. 100% biodegradable and vegan shoes. Like this can be first image, and then we can have name of the product, and we can again say that this has a 20 days warranty. Then we can have a name of the product, and we can say about how breathable and soft it is. So all that. Let's see what GPT has to say. So durability can be say close-up of the robust sole of the shoes. That's a good idea. In terms of first card says built to last, expense the advanced durability. So that's a very good text also. So that's a good idea for the first card of the carousel. Then step into comfort, cushion support for every walk. So you are explaining about the cushioning here, which you have internally camera. So the visual becomes internally focused, where you lay your ankle. That's the internal focus. in water droplets sliding off the shoe material, stay dry, advanced water resistant technology. This is absolutely bold. This is absolutely the best answer here from ChatGPT. Like you can just copy paste this and give it to a design. This is very good in terms of everything. The first part itself, then the airflow, then the style, everything. This first one is nice. So you get the idea as to how I'm using ChatGPT and trying to create ads. These are all also not great in terms of the text on creative, but because I'm just creating on the fly, this would require some revisions at least. How do you do revisions? As we did it in the top, where I said that this is what I'm planning, give me more ideas. So that's how you do revisions. So that is how it is when you're creating a character image. It's the main focus is always for me is the message and the text which you're writing. And now if it's a vision, then it's more focuses on vision. First the message, second priority is the vision, and then the text if you're selling a lifestyle category. But if you're selling a more solution oriented like skincare and supplements and everything, it's more first image, then it's text, and then it's the visual. Okay, let's get with other things started. Okay, so we end up slide. More short for the content you create. Now, this is the movie of how the movie is paced. Usually, it starts on a slow pace, then gradually increases, and by climax, it hits the peak. But that's not how video ads are created. Video ads start non-linear. It starts on a high note, slowly goes down, but once again keeps the high note in the middle phase, and then ends on a high note also. This is how the video ad is paced. In a direct response ad, it should start on a high note, end on a high note, and give a couple of high notes within the video. Now, notice the difference here. In the video ad creation, we used framework called boom, calm, boom framework, where boom is where you have a high note there, and calm is more pleasant. The video is just pacing with more furthering, more encouragement. And then once again a high note, which is boom. No longer true about video ads. Let's go through it. Fast cuts, your short videos, high production, professional, funny. These are not what makes a good video ad. Video ad, a good ad, is when you have a research and the messaging. Messaging is the most important thing in an ad when you create. It's not the fast cut. It's not how professional you are shot. It's not who is saying it. It's what you're saying it that matters the most. That is where people connect to at a very basic level, and people buy from the brand. If you connect, if you might have wins from fast cut short, but it's not long and sustainable. If you want to create a good ad which is long enough to run for months together, then you should focus more on the message and the research. In the research phase, you should focus more on what the audience wants. What the audience wants and what's an insight of the audience that nobody's tapping into. That's the most critical part. We'll go through that procedure. You can look up the video for my research, which is already available in the YouTube channel, in this YouTube channel regarding the same. How to do a research. It's a 40-minute long video. It's a very elaborative video and has good reviews also for that. The prerequisites of a good video. You'll have to ask 5 questions of what you need from this. Why will customer buy this product? You should have a very critical reason of what is the pain point you're solving exactly, and that is why this product is necessary for the audience who is buying it. Okay, you're claiming this product to be, say, dandruff. It eliminates dandruff, then this is why the reason. It should be very clear in your mind and have just one reason. Do not have, even if your product can do 10 benefits, has 10 benefits, just have one reason. A good video ad is only created for one person. When you're targeting one rule, use the one rule. One person, one pain you're targeting, and one benefit you're giving, and one reason you're giving for them to buy this product. Use the rule of one because multiple reasons people are not able to digest that idea. Rule of one, people cannot focus off it. Again, rule of one. What is unique about this product? Don't be very basic about quality is good. No, quantify it. Why the quality is good? What makes it good? Is this a product? Is this an ingredient which is not found elsewhere? You've been extracting it from Himalayas, from your farms. Like, is that such unique thing about your product? That should be the unique thing you should be thinking about. And all this before you create a video ad. Again, video ad is created for one person. That is when you make it has the ability also to go viral because it connects with one person and that person happens to be duplicate across. Then who is the core audience group? Define your core audience group. Don't say just randomly that, okay, this is my age group, this is the demographic I go after, this is age. No, you should be defining your interests. What is the interest audience has? The interest and the pain point audience has is people who have struggled with other products regarding dandruff and still looking for a solution. That is the core audience group you have. You don't define your audience group by age range and you don't define it by your gender. Then, what is bad about the other products in the market? But there's a reason your product should exist because something is not there in the market. That should be very clearly defined and once again rule of thumb. Is there a wow factor associated with this? This is not particularly very suitable for a product very solution oriented, but if it's a lifestyle oriented product, say apparel, shoes and everything, there can be a wow factor in terms of design or somebody or some exclusive edition, something like that. This may or may not be. This is an optional trait to have. But ask these 5 questions. Emotion, salient tactics to have in any video ad. These are the 4 to 5 traits that must be in a good video ad are always there. Missing one will not make it a good video ad, but having all of them does not once again make it a viral video ad. These are important but not sufficient for making it good. Emotion shouldn't be triggered in the first 5 seconds. Start with an end in mind. I'll go through what the emotion part is. Start with an end in mind. Don't start a video ad before you know your core audience and what you want them to feel by the end of this video. By the end of this ad, what do you want them to feel? Start with the end in mind. Use words your audience use. Don't use jargon. If you have to look up for a word in the dictionary, then that's not a word to be used. You use words which are plain conversational. You don't use words like I utilize this product. You don't use words. I use this product. So utilize becomes a wrong word. That's an example, for example. Then here comes the hooks part. So what can be the hooks? Because I just mentioned emotion is the first 5 seconds. Here are some of the hooks. This dance deserves to be on Shark Tank of a real alone. That creates curiosity for me. Okay, what's this all about? What's this getting me? Then 3 reasons why women are obsessed with. This I'm clearly calling out an audience here. So I'm attracting also women only, even if I'm targeting everyone. That's how you define your core audience. Then swallow and quits every day, wondering if they're really doing anything. I feel here you are targeting a person who is taking up supplements unlocked and swallow and quits in, but still not very sure whether it's working, whether it's not working. Then the 5th hook is more trust-oriented hook, there where I'm saying that this is a result you can expect. For example, now I totally get why Dermatch recommend this for hair growth. Okay, what do Dermatch recommend? Customer has this curiosity. What do Dermatch recommend? What is this about? That's how you create a good hook and emotion out of it. Emotion also, you should be thinking with an end in mind of what's the emotion you want to trigger. That is when starting off the video. Here are some of the emotions you can, courtesy of an Roy, you can take a screenshot of it. Make it native to the platform. That's one critical aspect of a video. When you're creating for TikTok, for example, video takes place in a very casual setting. Mostly it's selfie oriented, mostly it's from your phone camera. Instagram can be with phone cameras, sometimes it can be more professional shoot also. Content is heavily edited on Instagram, while videos from TikTok are edited, but they are more slow and fast-paced, and as well as audio filters, more tools on there. You focus more on developing or taking a part in trends in TikTok, while Instagram is more into aesthetic, how beautiful it looks and stuff like that. It's more satisfying videos where you look on Instagram. So whenever you're creating video, see the context of which platform it's going to. Pay attention to what you show. 93% of your information in a video will be from the body language and the setting which you have before in the background, rather than what the person is saying or what the voiceover is saying or what the image is saying, whatever it might be. Because that's when, if you want to attract a middle-aged woman who is suffering from, say, acne, then actually show a middle-aged woman suffering from acne in the video. Don't use a man and expect a woman to react to it. Show the audience you want to attract. Simple, very simple in terms of this. For example, in the left, you see it's acne-oriented. See, you see in the face also it's acne. They want to attract a woman. Here they want to attract a dark-skinned woman, I'm assuming. So they're showing this. That's how you make it attract. Then after the hook, start with the framework. Call out a problem. You can use ChatGPT for it. Once again, you can take a look of my other video where I've explained clearly how to use ChatGPT for this, all aspects of it. I'll link it down below as well as in the I button you will look into it. Give them reasons to choose your product. First, start with the framework. Give them reasons. Give me one reason of why I should choose your product. The reason should be such that I can share it with my friend. For example, if this product gets me free of dandruff within 30 days, I'll share it with my friend, okay, use this product because I got free of dandruff. So that's the reason my friend will also buy. That's one reason shouldn't be conveyed in every video ad, that it's me a chimbi. That should be repeated across within the video. And give them a promise. Make them a promise that this is what the product will achieve for you. Show them a vision. Show them a goal of with elevated, where the pain is elevated from that. They're no longer experiencing that pain. That's the promise. Show them what others have tried it and how it is being useful for them. That's a FOMO you're creating. Social proof. See, the structure is also such that first I'm giving them reasons, then I'm showing a promise, and I'm showing them proof also. So the structure is also maintained there. Then class cruise on life without the pain. This is overall into what they can experience, what the vision from this product can be. For the audience, not for you as a brand. It's for the audience. Video ads are for the audience. Here are some types of the frameworks you can use in a video ad. Problem, solution, agitation, solution, clues. Here's an example of it. Here is an example of it. You can go through that directly because it's bad if I just keep on reading the slide. Problem, and then I explain the solution. Then another, you promise, you say a certain promise, then you say what the problem is, and then bridge and solution. Promises, for example, I know why the match recommends this hair product. That's a promise I have. Then problem, I'm saying, what's the problem I'm experiencing because which this solution can solve it. Then a bridge is there of what I did about the solution. Then you have that. Then problem, agitation, solution, benefits, close. This is again a framework problem. Then again you're saying about the problem, you're agitating more of what bad it is doing for the audience. Then you're presenting your solution. Then you're saying what are the benefits of the solution. And then you have a close. Then results delivered before, trust after. This is mostly for an audience who is aware of your brand. You say this is the result delivered for the X person. This is what he was before or she was before. This is the trust you build up. Then this is what she is now or he is now. The hero's journey. This is a very, very subtle UGC video ad creation. It's a full-blown video ad. It's mostly in Hindi, so please ignore the ways which you cannot comprehend. Otherwise, if you speak fluently and understand it, it's great. You can get it across. Okay, now let's start making the biggest and the most complex in terms of activities. That's creating a video. I actually prepared some of the text previously. So what I've done is I've given a product details of product, which is I think barbecue. Then I've asked to create 5 video ads in the table format with the columns, scripts, and visual. So this is what. Let's see what it goes through. I have not decided on the angles and anything, but let's see. Okay, it's creating with two things. That's good. I'm not sure which one I like. Okay, so this is more feature focus. You're saying natural taste. Okay, it is. Okay, this is a different. I did expect this to happen. Where I was expecting is for each angle it will create a separate table, but it does combine all 5 ad angles in the single table. So what are the ad angles it's using? Feature focus, natural taste experience, lifestyle and entertainment, efficiency and control. So what we have to do is we'll combine 2 angles here. We'll speak about feature focus and talk about natural taste experience. Now why I talk about natural taste? Because people love to have something naturally. If you say that this preserves all the ingredients like this barbecue, then they are very, very thoughtful and it's a storytelling format also because we love natural things. We always think that our ancestors were healthy because they ate natural things. They preserve the ingredients and we always think that ancestors had a good time than others. That's all human psychology at play there. As you progress, you'll be able to understand it better also. And I'm also learning. It's not that I have mastered it or something. I'm also learning. So let's see, it says feature focus. So yeah, okay. So let's select video here. It's general and name. We say about features. Features less taste. Now, how do I make a video? I have a very different approach here, where I number as to what are the clips involved. The 5 clips are involved, and 5 voiceovers reference I don't have. Comments. Now, what will happen is this visual in the comment which you're saying will exactly match the text which I'm saying, which I'm showing. That will exactly match the voiceover which I'm saying. So that's why the numbering is here. So it becomes very clear for the designer exactly what goes when. That's why I'll explain when I create an ad. So we see meet the easy drum barbecue, become size, become flavor. That's a very good hook also. But what will be the visuals here? Show BBQ being assembled easily, zoom in on, okay, got it. Then we can start with unboxing here, where you drop a box and cut it. Now, why cut it? Because if you see the YouTube shorts, wherever you see YouTube short, be clear as to, especially the tech part, they show you snippets or clips of cut being peeled of the cutting of box and the sticker being peeled out of the mobile newly bought mobile in the sticker on the top of the screen. Those are all creates a good feeling effect. Now, where do you find this good feeling and pleasantly experiencing something like that? Go to Reddit. They have a separate community for this. I'm not able to recall exact name, but I think pleasantly satisfying. Correct. I think that's the name. Or audio satisfying videos. Correct. Those are the names. Even in Twitter, it's available. You'd see. Go to audio satisfying and just type the product which you're advertising and see if there's something. Or just go to this list and you'll flash some ideas. So here we write it. Unboxing where you draw a box. This first few words are actually not required. Drop a box and cut it. And then start assembling. Okay, and so here the voiceover. What will be the voiceover? This exactly mean the easy begun flavor. That's the only voiceover. This voiceover exactly goes to the text also here. So we'll not keep writing the text, but we can also do voiceover in the comments. Next, we say about with the 31 area and convenient. We actually don't need this. We instead of saying it as a 31 into 71 centimeter, we need to say as to what is the capacity of this box, capacity of this barbecue in terms of the customer that can understand. So we need not highlight the 31 into 71 meters, 71 centimeters. We say that large, show the large area of the BBQ. Here BBQ means barbecue. And what we say is suitable for preparation of food for up to 8 people. You see that? We are not saying the size, we are saying how many people it can serve. That is what the customer will understand when he buys a barbecue. He won't understand, okay, you're saying me 31 into 71 meters, 700 centimeters. I cannot visualize it, right? We need to speak the customer language here. Then we go through, okay, when it has get ready to grill with efficiency thanks to our drum barbecue vents for perfect temperature control. So we talk about features here. Perfect temperature control. Show the BBQ vents in action. Show it in action. Don't show simply. What we can say here? Get the perfect temperature to cook delicious food. We show, after showing the vent in action, also show food being cooked in the same day. Food being cooked. And after showing the food, what is the gradual next step? Try to understand what's the gradual thing what customer might have. Okay, how will the food be? That will be the gradual next step whenever you're creating a video. So you say that, okay, preserves all the, okay. We say the charcoal, that what this barbecue is made up of, charcoal grill preserves all the rich ingredients in the food. And we actually show the charcoal grill. Again, show charcoal grill in action. Show the charcoal grill in action. So this is how we can structure a voice over here. For Frito, I would highly recommend you check out a couple of brands, which is Frito, which is best job. They're making very good video ads. So for Frito, I'll explain the template basically here. They're talking about the pain. They highlight the pain. They Frito, if you don't know, they sell neck not neck, sorry, the neck support cushions, and then insoles, shoe insoles and everything. So for that, they stop with the pain that waking up to a neck pain every day. That's what the hook is for the video. And then they go into how this foam or this foam cushion is made up of a liquid gel and what it's like to sleep on that, and your back keeps straight, your neck keeps straight, and you wake up pleasant. That's what the storytelling is. Now, I'll explain a very core trick of video ads here. Let me finish that. So, charcoal grill preserves in action. Okay, we talk about unlock the secrets to irresistible experience the difference of natural smoky goodness in every bite. That's all. We end with human actually eating that. We need to show, right? That's what the action they go through doing when they bite. We are prompting them to see this action live. See, when people see others doing it, they want to do it. So we are showing them human actually eating the cooked food. And what do you say? So yes, that's it. This is how we make video ads. This actually came out good. I would actually even use it directly even if I wanted to. So this is how we can create image carousel video ads. This takes a bit of repetition. Things are not quite intuitive. For example, I said here cut it, like why I need to cut it. These are all not intuitive. These come with a couple of things. If you do it repeatedly, you will be able to figure out. You guys are smart enough to figure it out. Okay. So I said I will be talking about something specific related to video ads. Now, how do you ace a video ad? Very clearly. When you're creating a video ad, now the brand, every time the brand has a problem that they don't have shoot very often. They don't have shoot very often. How do you solve for this? What we do is we identify 5 clips which can be reused multiple times again and again. For example, if you are advertising shoe, we need to talk about the following things, which is a must. Comfort, then durability, fabric, which is made up of, I'm not sure what they call the fabric or what do they call, I'm not sure on that. Comfort, durability, fabric, and is there anything else? Softness. And any warranty, if you have. Warranty. Then what you do is create separate clips for comfort. Like create 2 clips for comfort where you're saying voiceover and a different visual. There's the same voiceover, there's a different visual, 2 different visuals. That's a separate clip. Like it's a 10-second clip. That's it. No other thing you're saying. That's not add it out. That's a clip. Durability, we create same thing. One voiceover and 1 visual, or 2 voiceovers, 2 visuals, up to you. Now what you do is, now you're creating an ad for video ad for shoes. If you want to plug in the comfort part, it just use this clip. No. So that clip is being utilized again and again, where we are not requiring a new reshoot at all. So like that, identify top objections or top features that you want to convey no matter what. Now, this does not mean you need to convey every objection or every feature in every video. You can talk about the comfort and vanity in one, durability and softness in another. It's up to you. But what happens is you're following for not having the reshoot again and again. Here, with this. Okay. First, we go to the next part now. Regarding or about UGC. Now, we'll take an example of how to create a UGC also. UGC, let's start creating here. Arjun. Okay. Now, I want to make both user generated content for this product. JB 2 scripts in retail and longer words. Okay, we wait. Okay, so a parent will also to host and cook. Okay, this is a script. We can start with something. I love hosting people during holidays. That's what the book will start with. I love hosting people during holidays. Because it's already done, we can say in this script, I love hosting people during holidays. Now you need to make sure that you're showing the human face first. Human face in the sense, if there's a voiceover inward, if there is a voiceover, So voiceover, it's good to have a human face first. Not first in the sense first, but it's good to show at least who is speaking behind the video. People connect better there. It's usually we have seen where complete video with just voiceover, no human face. It's sort of bland in some sense. It doesn't perform that well. When you have a human face, you are attaching. Okay, even if you're showing for 2 seconds the human face of whoever is speaking, that's good. That's fine. If there's a voiceover, it's always have a human face. So what we do is a person in front of camera saying this. Plus a clip of actually people gathering, he's opening the door, progress signs. These signs you must send back to us basically here. And I love watching people during holidays. Then it gets to everyone, Alex, welcome to our family's favorite spot. Okay, today's session, because we are filing up a new EC. Okay. So it's more casual and genuine and everything. Don't make it feature rich and everything here. We make it more casual. So we can say about this. To today's session, because we are filing up our new easy from barbecue for a family get together. That get connecting. Okay, what I love about this barbecue is how easy it is to put together. Okay, once again, it's using 35 to 7 and 21. I know how to use it. I use it the same way I said the 8 people part. The water, it's perfect for impromptu parties and planned events like today. Next, in terms of, now let's talk about control. These from Bharat Mavens. They are game changer. Game changer, not advised to use that, because those words are repeatedly used and feels gimmicky, marketing. So can manage heat perfectly. This is good. Again, which means no burnt or undercooked meats. This is good to always say. This is how I am doing it. If you want to do it, buy this barbecue. That's what this is signaling to the other person. So exactly what would the comments be here for this visual? Today is a special barbecue. Exactly what it is exactly saying. Is it dumb barbecue? We are showing get-togethers, people gathering around, and then barbecue being pulled up from outside from some desk or deck or something. That's what we are doing it with this UGC. Hope you get the idea. So let's get started with the column setup. Column setup for creative is very basic one. In the left, you have primary metrics, which are amount spent, results, and cost per result. In the right, you have storytelling metrics. In that specifically, video book, video hold rate, and video average playtime are your primary storytelling metric. So those are the most important functions when you are running a video ad. But there, if it's an image or carousel, you are more focused on impressions, CTR, CPC, and link checks. That's the main focus. Now, what's a book? Video book. This is nothing but your function of 3-second video views by your number of impressions. What's a video hold? It's your 15-second video views by number of 3-second views, video views. And video average playtime is your average playtime of the number of customers, of number of viewers who is viewing the video. Next, how to optimize this creative? You have seen this data, then how do you actually optimize this creative? Let's get started with it. Let's take an example here. I've taken an example of one of our brands which we are working with. This is the response on one of the video ad. You can see the column setup is pretty much the same which has been discussed just earlier. I've added another metric called conversion rate. Let's go through it. Here are the details of the creative. So I'll explain what the creative is. The book is a Sharp Tank reference. Bridge is agitation of pain. So it's in a haircare brand. It's agitation of pain. Then we are telling the story of how this product is better in terms of ingredients, ease of use, how to use it. Then before the end, we are reminding them that why this is better than the other products. Then ending with a sweet offer. This is the gist of the video, of the example creative. Now, here are the primary metrics from the video. This is the amount spent, storytelling, result, cost per result, conversion rate. Then storytelling metric is the following. You understand now hook rate and hold rate. But let's go through exactly of how do we analyze this creative. Usually hook rate and hold rate, we keep it as a ballpark of around 20-25% is a good hook rate and hold rate to have. Now, this is a creative performance of how the video is performed over the course of the entire length of the video. Usually, this is the graph you would see. You will see a sudden drop within the first 3 to 5 seconds. That's pretty normal for any video ad to have. But after that, you should see a consistency between the not dropping off majorly, because otherwise it's a bad video ad. Here, this line should be fairly linear rather than going down. It should be fairly linear. That's a sign of a good video ad. Now, the importance of a storytelling metric is when you are actually creating a new creator. Don't drive business decisions with the storytelling metric. Storytelling metric includes hook rate, hold rates. Whenever you are analyzing this, always benchmark it against your best creator. Whichever is your best creator, benchmark it against it and see how the hook rate, hold rates are performing against the existing creative which you are analyzing. It should be within 0.75x of your best creative metrics. Say for your best creative metrics you have 40% hook rate, then it should be within 32 to 33% your other creatives also. Otherwise, it's a bad video. You should be changing the hook there, which is your first 3 seconds to 5 seconds of the video. Also, CPC and CPM don't matter. You can compare it, but it's something which should not drive business decision, as well as turning on the video should not be directed by CPCs and CPM. It should be rather through other metrics, which we'll be discussing. Best to look when creating new creators. This storytelling metric is the best to look when you're creating a new creator. Always benchmark it against the other, which is your best performing. Then, primary metric. This is where you decide on the budget and scaling of creative, on what budget to allocate and what the scale you want. If your primary metric, which is your cost per result and your ROAS targets, are well within the targets which you have set before, then you can keep increasing it irrespective of what the CPC and CPMs are. The thing is, CPC, CPMs are a secondary metric which needs to be looked at when the primary metric is not good enough. When your cost per result is too high or you're not getting any sales, that is when you look into what's wrong with CPC, what's wrong with CPM. You don't look into drive directly. Then this always takes precedence over your storytelling metric. Primary metric is the name itself says it's the primary that should drive decision. Then you can compare it with other ads, or you can compare it with your target. This, rather than comparing directly through ads, compare it with your target also. Whenever comparing between ads, make sure the product is the same. Don't interchange product and start comparing it. Then, how do you actually drive this in terms of primary metric? Whenever you see that primary metric is not good enough, you're not getting sales, then you try to analyze and find the root cause of it by getting into independent metrics. Independent metrics are those where the metric is not influenced by anything. For example, a cost is your independent metric. Revenue is an independent. Revenue is not an independent metric. I'll say how. Revenue is a function of what's the conversion rate on the website and what's the average order value on the website. What's the purchase value. That's the function of that. While your ROAS is again an independent metric, because ROAS depends on your revenue and your amount spent. So always, whenever you're analyzing, whenever you see an anomaly in terms of sales not being there, cost per result not being there, look into whether the creative is a problem or there are other issues with the website. If the creative is not the problem, it is well within your 0.75 HF best creative, your creative is good, hold rate is good, then you will move apart from creative, the next step, which is your website. That is how the analysis goes on, and that's the structure of it. Now, whenever you are improving the creative, say the hook rate and hold rate are not up to the mark, then look into what aspect of the video is a major draw. Try to connect the next clip with the previous clip. If after 5 seconds you see that creative people are dropping off majorly, then you might have to change after 5 to 10 seconds that video length and see what can be best fitted there and start analyzing it again. Now, messaging is the most important thing whenever you're creating a creative, because your CPC, CPMs don't matter. And even how good the creative is, whether it's a photo shoot, whether it's a 10K budget, full studio shoot, it doesn't matter. If your messaging is good enough, people will ignore the design, because the story is from the message you convey in the creative. That's the most important thing. Not just one benefit or one feature which you have. It's the message where the environment you set for the product to be sold. That's the most important thing you should be focusing on. You have to keep asking questions to be a good analyst. Try to analyze what's going on with this creative and what's one thing that is problematic. What's the metric that's problematic? Now, after the metric you feel there's a problem, create a hypothesis of what might be influencing it. It can be because of various reasons. Let's discuss that also. and create a hypothesis and go get data for it. Once you know what the hypothesis is, you can work backwards and see what the data says for this hypothesis. Does it so? Does it not? If no data is available, then test it out. See previous data if it's available, or otherwise directly test it out. Now, in the advanced, coming to advanced analysis, here we go deep into the creative itself. Here, analyze based on age. These are my three breakdowns which I use: age, placement, and gender. Those are the most, and the fourth one, sometimes I use impression device. These are there, but these are three: age, gender, and placement. Whenever you're creating a creative, you always have an audience in mind whom you're addressing. Whenever you're looking into the analysis of the creative, you should once again have the audience in mind. If your audience is between 18 to 24, and you see in the age breakdown that 18 to 24 hardly any spend is going, for example, in this creative, then you quickly know that there's something wrong with this video and hence it start getting a sales. But if your audience, as in this video, as in this image, is between 25 to 44, the majority of spend is also going there. So always analyze in that aspect as to what your core audience is, and is that audience matching the breakdown of it when you're analyzing the creative. If it's not, then it's a possibility to change and get better results with it. Now, there's another metric you can see. For example, 25 to 34, we have seen a high cost per result, 686, which is almost double, 2.2 times the other ones. What we can do for this is the next step, which we'll be discussing in the example regarding creating a creative just to address the 25 to 34. Analyzing their pain, analyzing what they are, what makes them different than the 35 to 54 audience or the 45 to 54 audience. They are more aspirational, as we see. 35 to 44 is more, we are settled in and people kind of. So can we have a creative which is more aspirational, which is more fast-paced, like that? UGC alone is not a silver bullet to have good performance. There are multiple places where you can create good videos without any UGC. Now, when analyzing the placement, you can look into, okay, where does my audience spend majority of time on that? And is it matching the placement report? Mostly if matches placement, there's rarely any difference there, but mostly it matches. If you see that Instagram Reel and Instagram Stories are performing well, then you can think of how can I improve this creative in these two placements? Can I keep the text of the creative within those safe zone, what Facebook calls it as, because you have like button and follow button in the bottom. You cannot keep the text there. So can I improve that creative in that aspect? You should be analyzing in this way. Next, ask one question: is this correct reflection of my audience? Whenever you're deeply analyzing your creative, ask that question, keep asking that. And is this what audience wants? When you're connecting two different clips, for example, in the 3 second, you have a high people retention rate, but after 5 seconds, it's not. Then you'll have to think through, what is that I said it before? And is it connecting well with the second clip? For example, you start a video with the promise, say, you get your dandruff kept free from dandruff within 20 days. Then you come to the next part, which customer usually has is, what's the problem it solves? It's the problem, it's dandruff, to agitate the problem. Then customer has a question of how does it solve it? You introduce a product there. Then customer has a question of why should I use it? What's the benefit of it? Then you introduce the benefits of the product. Then customer has a question, okay, has anybody else used it? Yes. You show the pros there. You show reviews, you show question codes. So that is how you should be pacing the creative and it's a video. In image, it's more straightforward. You call out the audience directly and say what they're going to see. Then here, this is the most important part of the video. Please pay close attention. We'll be going deep into how exactly we convert this video creative which I just showed into a new creative format. See, this is the primary metric and filtering metric which was discussed just now. We are analyzing the creative and creating a qualitative feedback for it. For example, who can report it is strong, then messaging is good as the conversion rate is decent. So conversion rate will not be determined but how good your creative is, but how good your message is, how good your marketing story is. That is what influences. So your messaging is the most important. And conversion rate, it's good. So messaging has been good. So primary metric, the video creative is ticking most of the boxes here. But mostly response age group which we saw just responds to 25 to 44, which is a good model because that model in the video creative is also between the same range. Then Reels is the most converting, such as Shark Tank videos are mostly seen on Reels. Because people have seen that I just referenced that hook is a Shark Tank reference. So PP usually sees such videos on Reels, and he Reels is the most converting. So nothing surprising. Both Android and iPhone devices have similar share. Then specific interest groups resonate more with the hook as CTR as well. This same video creative was launched in multiple other ad sites also, where some were interest-based targeting, some were broad. Some responded better. So we know that, okay, this as an audience, people who are watching Shark Tank and interested in haircare are finding it better. So can we refine this as a creative to make it even relevant to the audience? That's how we think about the creative, video creative, when we're actionable. So actionable analysis, change hook to present state. For example, Shark Tank, when the Shark Tank was airing, we could have used this hook. But right now, we cannot use this hook. So we'll have to change the hook in here. Push spend by controlling age group. For example, we just saw that 25 to 34 age group had a very high cost per result. So can we change that and use a different model? That is one qualitative feedback. That is one improvement which you can do. That's the analysis we are doing. Then placement specific ad spends. Can we push certain placements only in our ad creative? This is not a very good idea always, but sometimes it can be pushed. Then make one promise when introducing a product. Can we change the hook? Instead of saying Shark Tank as a reference, can we change the hook to still promise we are making with this product? For example, which we just discussed, 30 days, no dandruff in 30 days. Can we make that as a hook? Then, opportunities which we have right now is replicate this to younger audiences. Since we are seeing 25 to 44 works, can we replicate this to a younger audience? By using a model which is within the 18 to 24 age range, by using pain points what 18 to 24 age range connect to, but not 25 to 44. Then, target pains of older audiences which is above your 45 age range. Then, can it be created for men also? This is mostly what's catering to women. So, can it be created to men also with the same script? Just a men saying it, and some pains can be different based on men or women preference. Then turn the video messaging into message, because we know that the messaging is better because we saw just that conversion rate was good. So can we turn it into a message? That messaging, can we turn it into an image based bit? So story to creative action, see how. So old was this, hook was Shark Tank reference. In the new video, I'm saying about summer mask because it's summer now. It's summer hair mask. The promise was in the video, the old video was salon-like hair you get it. Here the promise is frizz and dry hair. Why I'm saying once again summer? Because the book was also summer tea. The ad group which performed were interest-based ad group left algorithm. Here I want to force spend on some interest groups and force spend on 25 to 34 each group with reels and stories as a placement. So these are how we analyze the creative and go get it with it. Now new creative, here are the details of the creative book. Is a Shark Tank reference. Promise of, promise of reducing gray hair, agitation of pain to older audiences. Then story convey about the ingredient because ring of hair is more prevalent among older audiences. So we are tailoring our video also to that audience. Messaging is more tailored there, even though the structure of the video remains the same. Then beforehand we say about other products which we have, which are there in the market, which are not helpful to you. And then we discuss about the suite offer.
So here's the sum up, the complete sum up. Speak to a single audience whenever you're creating a creative. Speak to a single person. Visualize only one person with all the traits you are visualizing. Be it he is nerdy, be it he is obsessive about whatever he uses, whatever he has, he's more into nutrition, he's more into diet, gym, whatever it is. Speak to a single audience at a time with the creative and use the PAM framework, product, audience, and message. Make it a good organic content. A good ad is nothing but a good organic content. And use proven methods. Don't try to rebuild everything. Use proven methods. Look for inspiration, and more inspiration. Message is here more important than the copy or the design. What you say is the most important thing than you say how you say it. Because if you give a bad message and a good copy, that does not work. But a good copy with a poor message still works out. Good message with a poor copy still works out because the message is strong enough to overpower any copy mistakes or any communication mishaps. So that is how we can go about everything what we have done. Uh, this is all for now. Hopefully, this video was very clear in how we go about creating creators. It is a long presentation. It's over 221 slides, but hopefully this was helpful for you. And I really thank for you to stay till the end. Thank you very much. Let me know if you want any videos around offers, product, e-commerce marketing in general. I would be glad. Share it with your team, share it with whoever. This might be because I've taken up a lot of courses and everything on creators, this might be the best thing I can give you back, and which is available for free. You can watch it anytime. I'll not make it private. I'll not launch a course also. I'll not make it private also. You can download it, use it, help to train your team, the internal team, and anything and everything. So thank you. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.